Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, I cut my own hair. This is my first time cutting my hair and I was pretty nervous, but it turned out really great, so I wanted to share this video with you in case you guys want to try it at home. This is a really easy way to cut layers into your hair, so if you're interested, then please keep watching. So this was my hair before, not cute. The ends were dead and dry and my layers were seriously outgrown, so I really needed to do something about it. What you're going to need is a straightener, you're going to need a paddle brush, you're also going to need scissors, of course, and 4 hair ties. First thing you want to do is brush out all of the knots in your hair, but when I did, I sort of looked like a frizzy Rapunzel. It was really bad. Next, it was time for me to straighten my hair, and what I usually like to do is section off the top bit of my hair and tie it on the top of my head. Then I like to split the rest of the hair and just bring it to either side, and then I take little bits from the back of my hair and just straighten it from the root to the tip. And for when I'm cutting my hair, I usually like to brush the section out and straighten one more time just to ensure that it's super straight. And that's just me being a little silly. So I'm just going to go through all of my hair and make sure everything is pin straight. Once I've straightened out all my hair, I'm going to brush it through just to ensure that there's no knots or tangles. And you can just see that my hair looks so lifeless. The layers have seriously outgrown. There's no body, nothing. It's just kind of sad. Next, I gathered all the hair into a ponytail and I flipped my head. Then I brushed out all the hair and brought it into a really high ponytail on the front of my head. This is probably the most important part of cutting your own hair. Depending on where you place this ponytail would determine how long your layers are. So the closer to your face the ponytail is, the longer your layers will be. So I'm just going to tie that off and make sure it's super tight at the very front of my hair because I wanted my layers to be kind of long. Then I'm going to run my fingers along my hair and just mark off where I want to start cutting. So this is how long I wanted to keep my layers. I didn't want to cut off too much length. Then I sort of tie it off and now it's time to cut. Oh, I was so nervous at this point, but it was too late to go back. So just cut along where you've tied off your hair and make sure to be careful that you don't cut on an angle. I made that mistake and you can see here that my hair is diagonal. So I've cut it diagonally, but that's totally fine. I did leave room to cut a few extra inches. So if this is your first time cutting your own hair, I strongly recommend that you leave 2 or 3 extra inches longer than you actually want to cut your hair, just in case you make a mistake. Next, I sectioned off my hair into 3 smaller ponytails and just tied them all off. So once I've sectioned off 3 smaller ponytails, I'm going to undo the first ponytail and just run my fingers along this section of hair up to about maybe 1 inch short of the end. Then I'm going to cut across horizontally to make sure that all the hair is even. Then I'm going to cut up into the hair, and what this does is just makes it look a little bit more natural, not so blunt, and also gives my hair a little bit more body. So once I'm happy with how much I've cut it, I'm going to tie it off and do the same thing to the second and third smaller sections of hair. So while I'm cutting across horizontally and up into my hair, I'm actually trying to even out all of the hair so that the diagonal cut that I made earlier isn't diagonal anymore. So if you do make a mistake, this is where you can fix it. Once I finish cutting all the ends of my ponytails, I'm going to take out the elastics and brush through my hair one more time. Then I'm going to run my fingers along my hair and just make sure that the ends are even and not diagonal anymore, which it is, thank goodness. Then I decided that my hair still looked kind of like a blunt cut and I didn't like that, so I just cut up into my hair a little bit more to make it look a little more natural. Then I ran my fingers along my hair one more time to ensure that I liked how the ends looked, because once you take out the ponytail, you can't go back to fix it. And then this was the moment of truth. I was so nervous, I didn't even want to really look at it. So I just brushed my hair out and got out all the tangles, and then I brought it to the front and I'm inspecting, I'm looking at it, and I'm pleasantly surprised. This worked. I was so surprised that this technique worked. Couldn't believe it. I saw a few tutorials on YouTube and I thought it was a sham, but once I tried it for myself, the layers actually turned out really nice and I was so happy with it. So I highly recommend you guys try this technique if you are brave enough to cut your own hair, because it is terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. So once I finished cutting the layers, I wanted to frame my face a little bit because the front layers were slightly longer than I liked. So I just parted my hair down the middle and grabbed thin sections of hair in the front of my face, and I just started cutting downwards in a diagonal fashion. So when you're cutting the shorter layers to frame your face, I wouldn't recommend cutting any shorter than where your chin is because then it sort of looks a little weird. So this is what my hair looked like when I was done. You can see that it just looks super healthy, has a lot of body to it and volume, and my layers are just very nicely defined. I was so happy with how it turned out, and this is what it looks like from the back. You can see that it sort of goes in a V shape and the layers look amazing. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it and learned a great way to cut your own hair. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to comment down below. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye!